Hi, I'm Missy Billingsley with Baby Lock here at the North Pullen School in Huntsville, and I'm going to show you a tip on how to use the new exclusive Baby Lock mini piping foot and the left piping foot, as well as a DAR piping ruler to be able to trim your piping. So these are a couple of new feet to Baby Lock, and what we have is the mini piping foot left. It's going to allow your needle to ride in the center needle position. Then we also have the center piping foot. It's a little bit smaller, and you can let your piping and your stitching line, the piping will guide of course in the middle, but your stitching line can guide to either side of the foot. So depending on the application you want would depend on the foot that you choose. So we're going to put the piping foot on. And so what I've taken is I've gotten some of this wonderful little baby piping cord. It's the perfect size for this mini piping foot. We've been after this foot for a long time and we now have one. It's wonderful. So I have my fabric cut on the bias because it's a stripe and I thought it would be cuter on the bias. So you're going to take your cord, you're going to lay it to the inside of the cut fabric, wrong sides of the fabric. Wrap your fabric around the cord. You're going to then place that cord in the little groove on the foot. And as you place it in the groove on the foot, as you stitch, let your stitch width be just a little bit, maybe a notch or two farther away from your piping. That way it's not real snug and tight. So as you stitch, just keep your edges even and stitch the entire length however much you need. You can get a lot of fabric out of a small square or a lot of piping out of a small square of fabric. So once you're finished, you're going to have this beautifully made piping, and that has a really large extension of fabric out here. This was cut 1 1/4 inch wide. You can cut it various widths. But now if you will take the DAR piping ruler, and you can use it to cut either 1/4, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/8, 7/8, or 1 inch, you can lay this in the groove that's on the bottom of the foot, and then take your rotary cutter and trim along the edge so you can achieve that 1/4 inch seam perfectly on your piping, so it's ready to be inserted. You could also purchase the pre-made baby piping, which North Pullen Company sells in the 5-yard bundles in all the various colors to match their classic cottons. It's wonderful, wonderful stuff to work with. Here are a couple of samples of what you can do with baby piping. This one is a smocking in the hoop sundress, and we have piping above the waistband, above this top of the panel, all around the sleeves, the neckline, and even a little detail down at the bottom of the hem. So just a little girl's sundress, wrap sundress. Then we also have a ladies jacket. This is the school that we're doing this year, and you see all this beautiful piping detail with the turquoise on the brown, and it's just great fun to add that little bit of accent color. It's not a real thick chunky piping, it's the smaller piping, so it makes a nice addition. So we hope to see you at the school sometime.